Okay, welcome guys. So I just find this tutorial is very interesting. So I will just record my tutorial on the Fourier transform. So this video maybe 10 to 12, 20 minutes, but I just follow this Fourier transform and I will provide many details about this note. Okay, so be sure we guys start. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. So the first one for a transform definition is basically so it's basically if somebody give you a function of f of t, then you just times this exponential minus j omega t. Oh, by the way, so this j is imaginary, so basically this j squared is equals to minus 1. Okay, as this is hard to write. Okay, but yeah, so this, maybe I just increase this, change the color to be red. Okay, so this f of t minus times this exponential minus j omega t dt is basically this large Fourier transform of this f of t, and the integrand is basically from minus infinity to infinity. Okay, so and f is function of real variable. So basically, yeah, so f is a function of real. Okay, so real omega is a frequency, right? So it's real variable. And f of omega in general is a complex number. Basically, you can just write down this this exponential minus j. So basically, you just use this. Yeah, so you just write this as j omega t into cosine omega t minus j sine omega t. That's right. So just basically use this exponential minus j omega. Let me change this. I think this would be good. Let me see. How should I replace this? Right. So you just use this exponential minus j omega t formula to replace as cosine minus j sine. And then you just do it, and you get it, right? So this so the absolute value is called amplitude, and the argument is called the phase. Okay, so basically this is called the Fourier transform of this small f. And so recall Laplace transform is basically defined as this. So Laplace transform is only from 0 to. So there's a two difference, right? One is this is 0. Right, change 0 to infinity, and then this is real, right? So remember that in the Laplace transform, s is real, right? So this is all real function, but in the Fourier transform, in this case, we use g. So this capital G is imaginary. It's imaginary. Okay. Okay. Also, one is Laplace transform integrals from 0 to infinity. But the Fourier transform is from negative infinity to infinity, right? So this is the two difference. Okay, and so in a special case, basically if f of t is 0 from for t less than 0. So basically, that means you can replace your Fourier transform from 0 to infinity, because you assume that f of t is 0 when t is less than 0. So basically, this is just f of t, right? Okay, so. So let me just draw. How to write? Right, so negative. Yeah, so you just replace this 0, right? So basically, because you are assuming that f of t is 0 when t less than 0. So in this case, that your g omega just equals to f j omega, because you just replace this the s, right? This capital small s into the j omega. Okay, so we have this, and so Fourier transform is Laplace evaluate on imaginary s's. Yeah, so this is really easy. But if f of t is non-zero for t less than 0, then the Fourier transform can be very different. Right? This is common, right? Because we already see this. So yeah, so we already see a formula, right? So if f of t is non-zero when t is less than 0, then this capital F of s when different from this g omega after even though you put this substitution. Okay, so yeah, so we can see this. Maybe I use this. So we can see this one-side simple function. So this f of t is basically defined to be 0 when t less than 0, and t larger than 0 is exponential negative t. So your Laplace transform just this, right? Okay, so then maybe let me just quickly prove it. Okay, so right, all we need to do is just do the simple calculation. So maybe let me do this. Right, so the Laplace transform of this f of t just this exponential negative t, right? Exponential minus s of t dt, right? So this is just exponential t s plus 1, right? dt from 0 to infinity, and then this is just 1 divided by s plus 1. Okay. Right, so this is okay. And but you can also try the Fourier transform, right? Because this is, so you just replace this s by this j omega, because now f of t is basically 0 when t less than 0. So you just replace this by s by j omega, so you get this, right? Okay. And the one side growing also, this is important that when you do a Laplace transformation, if this is plus, then this is plus, right? This is minus, right? So you just s minus 1. Okay. So right, but f does not have Fourier transform, right? Importantly, because this is positive, right? So if you just, because now this is positive, so s cannot dominate, right? So in this case, that the Laplace transform exists, but Fourier transform does not exist. Okay, so double-sided exponential, this is very easy. So I think I don't have to do it, but you just do the, basically you just do both sides. Both sides is minus j omega t, and then you separate into two parts. One is this, one is this. Yeah, so this is just, we already compute, right? Just 1 over 1 divided by a minus j omega. Okay, so maybe I write this as this. So one important thing, right, you can just remember is basically this. It's just 1 over a if real a less than 0. Okay, so this is 1 over a. Okay. Right. So yeah, so this is 0 to negative infinity. This is 0 to infinity. So you get this. Okay. And then this rectangular pose is also easy, right? You just change this exponential minus j omega t. You just directly do integration. So there's a minus 1 divided by j omega and the same factor, and then you put this small t into large t. So you get these two, right? And then you can ix the formula maybe right here. So the detail is that you just use exponential ix minus exponential minus ix divided by 2i. This is just sine x. Okay, so you just use this and then put into this, right? So there's a oh sorry, this is j, right? Because now we use j as our imaginary symbol. Okay, so you can get these things. Okay, now this is a shift rectangular pose, but you don't have to remember, right? All you need to do is just put the integral in and do the simple evaluation, and finally you can get this. Okay, and now the important step is that step function and constant signals. Okay, so now we want to find the Fourier transform of this f of t when t is less than 0. When t less than 0 is 0, when t larger than 0 is 1. Okay, so the Laplace transform is easy, right? Because you just do the exponential minus s t, right? And do the integration. Okay, this is very hard to write. You just do the Laplace transformation, right? 0 to infinity and 1, right? So you just do this, and this is very easy, 1 over s, right? But now you are trying to just replace this s to be j omega, right? But now you can, if you directly compute, right, you get the integral, right? So it's not defined. because if you write as this, okay. So now the problem is that we are trying to using a trick. There's a very difficult technical called the general function theorem, general function theory about this, but I will not tell you. But basically, we can interpret f as a limit when alpha goes to 0. So basically, you just take this g alpha, right? So you can see this g alpha, right, will approach to our constant function f of t, right? If alpha, right, if you take alpha to be infinity, right? So to be infinity, okay, right? So because alpha to be infinity, then this is always 1, right, for any t. Right, so g alpha is a Fourier transform, as we already computed 1 over a plus j omega is this, and it's this minus this. So you can, when you take alpha to be 0, this one become this. Okay. So this is technical things, right? This a over a plus omega square equals this, and this become this. This become this is easy, right? Because you just take alpha to be 0, so you just remove this, right? So you just remove this. You just remove this. Why can I write, right? So it become this, right? But this become this. So this is technical one. Okay, maybe let me just provide a little bit detail about why this is correct. Okay, so the key point is that the people you may ask why this is correct, right? So maybe I should provide a video to prove these things, right? But by the way, this is alpha. Okay. So if alpha is okay, so basically let me set this function to be x of maybe x of omega. Okay. So basically you can see x of omega, right? So when omega is 0, right? Basically this is like 1 over alpha. So if you take alpha to be 0, then become infinity. So if omega is non-zero, right, then alpha becomes 0. Okay. So this x omega looks like very similar to this pi, right? So finally you need to check that what is this, right? So just do the integration, then right. But we need to, so basically we first do the calculation and that make alpha to be infinity. Okay. I think everyone knows about how to do this, right? Because this is, you can make let me see. So you can define omega to be like the alpha second theta, right? So d omega will be alpha tangent square theta d theta, and the final you get the what? You get the you get the let me see. You get theta, right? D theta. Right, so you get theta. So final your result should be right, you need to change it back. Sorry, why I'm writing it should be tangent, right? Sorry. And finally you get the arctangent minus omega divided by alpha, right? If you put infinity, then it becomes pi over 2. If you put negative infinity, it can become minus pi over 2, right? So this is just pi. Right, it's always pi, right, for all alpha. Right. So that means this function is exactly this function has all exactly same properties as the delta function. So this is pi delta omega. So this is the trick. Okay, so you put it and you get this, right? So this is basically our answer. So maybe this you need to remember this. Okay, so negative, right? Negative is very, very easy, right? Because just put 0 to negative infinity, and then you put this. You can change do a change of variable. So this negative change things, change it as negative, so it becomes this, right? The same things, but minus j omega, right? So now the constant signal for all, you just add up these two, then you get this. So this is the final things very important, that the constant function f of t the Fourier transformation of constant function is 2 pi delta omega. Okay, I think it's enough for today, and we will see in the next videos. Thanks.